Hi third graders, today we're going to be covering 1.5 and 1.6. Today's learning target is I can learn different ways to add multi-digit numbers. Let's get our thinking caps on, here we go.
I'm going to read this first problem to you and then we are going to get started. It says, show your work and problem solving skills. So I'm going to put a dot where I am so you can follow along as I go. Elena made necklaces for her friends. She used 586 green beads and 349 red beads. How many beads did Elena use in all? First, I'm going to circle the numbers so I know where to start. Then, I'm going to think to myself, what is it asking me? It's asking me, how many beads did Elena use in all? My keywords are how many beads, because that's what I'm looking for, and in all, because that tells me I'm looking for a total. Another word for total is sum. I'm going to write 586, and then I'm going to line up my place values with 349. So 3 has to go under 5 because they're both hundreds. Then 49. Next, I'm going to draw my line underneath and write my addition sign.
Ms. Anderson, how do we know that it's addition?
Because it says in all, that tells me total and sum. Sum is for addition. So in my ones place, I have a 9 and a 6. I know that 9 plus 6 is 15. If I didn't know that, I could count on 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can't just write 15 here because I need to save that place value spot for when I add my 10. So instead, I'm just going to write my 5 and add my 1 on top. This is called the new groups method. I have a new group on top. Next, I'm going to add my 10s. 1 plus 8 plus 4. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to put a 3 in the tens place, and remember, I have to move that last 10 up because it changed into 100. 1 plus 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 1, 9. So then I'm going to put my 9 below. I always have to remember to add my new groups, and I can't leave them up there. If this was too fast for you, don't worry, third graders. We are going to be talking about this through the rest of the slides as well.
All right, now third graders, we are going to be solving this problem looking at our picture form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my largest place value first. So I'm going to take my first number on top, starting with my largest place value, which is the hundreds. I have 5 100s, so I'm going to make my pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I now have to do my tens. I have 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens. I now have to do my ones. I have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. I'm going to go to my next number because we're adding 586 to 349. So now I have to line up my place value pictures to get the right answer. So I'm adding 3 more hundreds. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go to our tens. We have 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ones. Now, third graders, we're going to add all of our pictures together to make sure that we're checking our work and getting the right answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our lowest place value, which is our ones, and then see what we get. So count with me as I go. we know that we have 9 here, so we're going to do 9 and then adding 1 more, so that's 10. So I know that I have 10 ones. I'm going to add a place stick, a 10 stick, so that I make sure that I'm getting the right number. So my 10s now, I'm going to add 1 more 10 stick. So now this is done.
I like that you crossed that off, Miss Hulkern, because now you won't get confused and add those 10 ones again.
Thanks, Miss Anderson. What I'm going to do now, friends, is I'm drawing a line because I'm going to be lining up my answers as we go.
How many ones do you have left?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. So I'm going to draw a 5 below my work so that I keep track of how many ones I have in that place value. Now that my ones are done, we're going to move on to the next largest place value, which is my tens. Third graders, count with me as I go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tens. Oh, Miss Anderson, I know that 10 tens is also the same as 100. So I'm going to cross these out and add 100 to my hundreds category because now I know that I have 1 extra 100. So now my leftover tens, I now know I have 1, 2, 3 tens in my tens category. So I'm going to write a 3 because I'm in my tens category. The last place value I have is my hundreds, and now third graders, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 hundreds. My total answer is then 935.
I like that you started in the ones, Miss Hulkern. I think that you probably would have got the wrong answer if you started on the left because how would you have done your new groups?
You're right, Miss Anderson. You always want to start, friends, with your lowest place value to make sure you're going to be sharing numbers correctly.
So these are the different addition methods that we use. We have an all totals method, which is one we haven't used yet today, but don't worry. We have a proof drawing, which Ms. Hulkern just demonstrated for you, and then the new groups above method, which is what we started with today. So for the all totals method, notice that it first adds part of the total, then another part, then another part. Let's see a bigger example of that. So step 1, you write your problem down. This method is reverse adding. Reverse means it's going the other way. So we start with the hundreds. That's kind of different. Then we say 200s plus 300s is 500. So then step 2 is adding the tens place. When we add the tens, we get 120. We need to write 120 under the 500, and it's very, 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 very important that you line up your place values, just like this. Let's keep going. So now we need to add the ones. We have 9 ones plus 6 ones equals 15 ones. So we need to write 15 under 120. Be sure that you don't put your 1 for 15 in the hundreds because we need to line up the place values. It's 5 ones and 1 10. Let's keep going. The last step is to add together all of those separate parts. So I'm going to start on the right because we always do when we find our total like this. We have 0 plus 0 plus 5 equals 5. 0 plus 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, and 5 plus 1 is 6. Nice job following along, but now it is your turn. Third graders, it is your time to pause the video now and show the all totals method, which is the one we just demonstrated. Make sure you show your work and line up your place values correctly. Welcome back, third graders. This is what your answer should be. It's 822. You can see our work above. If you did not get that answer correct, don't feel bad going back and watching again. You got to do what's best for you, so go ahead and go back and do that. If you did get it correct, let's move forward. And here we have another example for you, so go ahead and pause the video now. When you are finished, you may resume. Welcome back again. So here is our answer for the second problem. We got 959. If you did not get that answer, remember, make sure you go back, third graders, and check your work, figure out how you could fix that. And if you did, let's move forward onto a different method.
All right, friends, we've talked about this one already today. We are going to be doing our new groups method. If you need to stop and pause the video to look over the example picture here, do that now. Otherwise, we're going to move on to your first self problem. Friends, looking here, you're going to be adding 389 plus 474 using the new groups method. Again, go back to the rewind the video a little bit to look at the previous picture if you have any questions on how to do this. Go ahead, work on your own. Welcome back, third graders. Our answer for this problem is 863. Check your work, make sure that you added your numbers correctly, that you put your place values above the next place value. Like I did up here with our ones, that we carried those over correctly. We're going to move on. Again, friends, if you did not get the right answer, go back and you can re-watch part of this video that talks about the new groups.
So now we are counting on by tens to subtract. It's silly to think of counting on by tens to subtract because counting on means that it's getting bigger. Like think if I have 100, I count on by tens and I have 110, 120. But here's how we do it. We'll start with 80 and we're going to count on by tens until we get to 130. I'm going to keep track of my tens on my fingers, but I'm going to draw tallies on the board so you can do it along with me. So if I have 80, then I have 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. So that's 5 tallies or 5 tens. I know that 5 tens are equal to 50. Place value can help you to subtract in a more easy way. All right, third graders, that is all we have for you today. We hope that you have an awesome rest of your day and make sure that you make someone smile today.